Easter just 4 days away now, and you can create your own decorations at home. You can make it fun for the whole family, too. Deborah Lighthall from Joann Fabrics and Crafts Store is here. She's got some great ideas, even for people who aren't so crafty like me.
That's right. That's right. So the first craft that we're going to do is these.
These are gorgeous. They're like little string eggs.
They are. They're embroidery floss eggs, and we use fabric stiffener to stiffen the embroidery floss.
Okay, so you just put the fabric stiffener in a little plastic bowl.
In a little bowl with a little bit of water.
Can you use glue? Can you use regular glue? Because I think we used to do that.
You can use glue. Yeah, I think you probably can, but we use fabric stiffener today.
Works better, huh?
And then we take the wettened embroidery floss and just wrap it around the balloon. And you want to wrap it in a way that creates the webbing. So you want to crisscross and go in different directions and make sure that the webbing turns out like this.
Okay, so this is what the finished product will look like.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
You just buy the embroidery floss, and you probably want to pick colors that are Easter appropriate, right?
Yeah, I have a few samples out here.
Okay, so something like this. And then how long do you leave it dry?
The directions say to leave it dry overnight, but it depends on how much water you use to dilute the fabric stiffener.
Okay, I guess less water will make it a little stiffer.
That's right.
It'll be done faster. And you can really do this with any age group, right?
You can. This is super kid-friendly.
Okay. And all of this, this, and this, all available at Joann, right?
All available at Joann. And the best balloon to use, I have to say, when I was going through this, the regular party balloons didn't work very well. They kind of burst, so I used water balloons. And that is the hardest part of the craft, is blowing up the water balloon, because they're not meant to blow up with air. They are meant to be inflated with water.
Okay.
So that you might want an adult to blow up the balloons.
The big people do that, blow them up, and then when it gets hard, then you just pop the balloon, kind of slide it out.
Well, you put it on a little peg like this to dry for however long it takes, 8 hours to overnight. It should be nice and hard to the touch. And then I'll give you one of these, and I'll take one. Would you like to pop one?
Okay.
There you go.
Pin. Oh, it sounds cool.
You pop the balloon, and you remove the balloon.
How are you getting it out of there?
Well,
just kind of work it around?
You kind of work it around, and you pull it out through one of the larger holes, and it turns out with one of these really pretty
fun.
little
And the sound
lacy
is fun
Easter
for the kids,
eggs.
too. That's
a
little surprise.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. You know, you can put the candy inside the balloon before you blow it up, and when you pop the balloon and remove it, you have candy inside your little egg.
Such a great idea.
And it's good for baby showers, you know, the egg fertility kind of baby shower. You can also go kind of classy, black and white theme, and hang it by little, maybe, you know, a streamer, hang it by a ribbon. These are really pretty. A lot you can do with it.
You just have to make sure you get the right shape for the Easter
Correct.
egg.
Yeah, the water balloons is the key for that.
Okay. And what else are we making here?
We are making some gilded eggs, which are over here in our little nest.
Look how pretty. These look almost like a gold foil, huh?
Isn't that gorgeous? So classy.
So pretty. Is this a real egg?
That's not a real egg. We're using wooden eggs today, but you can definitely use it with a real egg. And when I was practicing for this spot, I did use a real egg, and it worked perfectly.
Okay. So you've got, are these wooden?
These are wooden eggs available at Joann craft stores. Would you like to paint one?
Sure.
Here's a brush for you.
Sponge applicator.
You can choose a color paint.
Okay. This is pretty. Do I put the paint on the brush?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Paint goes on the brush.
Oh, I might have worn an apron.
We won't get you messy, I promise.
And just go ahead and start painting?
Start painting the egg. With this brand, it takes 2 to 3 coats. I noticed the lighter colors take a couple more coats than the darker colors seem to coat better.
And because it's wood, it kind of absorbs it, huh?
It kind of does. It kind of does. Well, I have a little wet paper towel for you over there.
Okay,
it kind of does a little, but that's half the fun.
Okay, so you want to cover the whole egg?
You cover the whole egg.
Do you just move it? How do you get it around your fingers?
Well, it's kind of a 2-step process to get around the whole egg.
Good thing it wasn't a real egg, right?
Yeah, definitely. So you paint one side of the egg, you let it dry, you paint the other side. You know, well, you can do other crafts with the kids at the same time.
That's
awesome. You did such a great job.
Okay.
That's awesome. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and put it in your little holder here.
Okay. And then how do we finish that up,
When
Deborah?
you're done, you want to take this egg here.
Take this one. And this is just like a metallic paint.
This is a gilding solution here. I'm getting this wet for you here.
Okay. Let's do that on here. And you've got all these great ideas.
And less is more with this gilding. If you get too much, it'll just ooze and run, and you want this to be a really light
look
touch.
how pretty.
You want this to be a light touch here. And just sponge it on.
Voila. Look what I made. It's gorgeous. Deborah, thank you so much. Lots of other crafting ideas at Joann right now, and you can pick up everything there, decorations as well.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks great.
Thank you
so much. All right, more information about these ideas from Joann Fabrics and Crafts Store. Just go to our website. It is kcal9.com. Juan?